Hey, good morning, Black women. This is Thursday. Happy Juneteenth, right? I just want to bring to y'all attention, right? I read in the newspaper the other day that Adriana Smith was actually allowed to pass away, and hopefully she'll be laid to rest soon, right? So I just want to say I hope that baby dies, and I hope every other baby that is had like that by a dead woman dies immediately after the cesarean. It is a way of further experimenting on Black women the way they did Henrietta Leaks, or Lacks, however her last name is pronounced, and every other woman before her, all the slave women they used to create the science and medicine of OBGYN. And I want to also point out to Black women that, did you notice that not one fucking ambulance chaser like Benjamin Crump or anybody else stood up for this Black woman in this high profile case, especially after the Attorney General of the state said that everything the hospital was basically telling the family about them having to keep this woman alive to give birth to this fucked up situation, right? And the fact that they couldn't help her because she was pregnant was a fucking lie. And that the abortion laws in that state did not permit that hospital to do what they did. Now, in knowing all of this, and literally the Attorney General setting up the stage for an incredible, crazy lawsuit to take place, you don't see Benjamin Crump nowhere. You don't see Al Sharpton anywhere. You don't see the NAACP anywhere, or any other organization that represents or should be concerned with the health, safety, and welfare of Black women and girls. You don't see anybody talking about this or protesting about this or giving a fuck about this. And this, like, really fucking hurts my feelings. It insults me. It angers me. It really fucks with me. And the fact that I want you Black women to really pay attention and let that shit seep into you and create the greatest hatred of how these Black males are going on people's lives who are discussing this situation and laughing at Adriana Smith dying, laughing at the fact that white people used her body as a science experiment. They took away the right of a mother, a grieving mother, to make the abuse that was happening to her child and grandchild stop. Listen, Black women, I need y'all to wake up from this motherfucking spell y'all want to be under, where you're always blaming Black women for the things that are done to us in this world by these fucking white people and their medicine, and these Black males that come online talking the most egregious shit about us. I want you to wake up. And I want you to understand that the only way this shit stops, the abuse of us and our bodies and our children, is if we, as Black women, stand up against all these people in this society, including these Black males. You have to say enough is a motherfucking enough, okay? You've got to stop it, especially in this administration, because they want to hurt us, because they know the only way Black folks rise is by the fucking strength, the power, the tenacity, the resilience, and the determination of Black women, because Black males are lost. They are in love with the white patriarchy. They're in love with wanting to be an honorary white man. Their brains are conquered. They're done, okay? So they need to come after us. And the more you all Black women divide yourselves into pick-me's versus Black women who are for women and girls, the more they continue to hurt us. It should be enough for you already this week when you saw all the women that died on Father's Day that were killed by Black males, whose children were hurt, and the black males that committed suicide should let you know that you're not safe with them. Your children are not safe with them. And that you need to listen when we all tell you the only way we're going to win back the rights that protect our humanity and give us back full autonomy over what we want to do with our bodies, including and most definitely, especially abortion. The choice not to get married and not to deal with men at all, you're going to have to fight for that. Which means you're going to have to separate yourself from males completely. And you're going to have to focus both your economic and political power in protecting black women and girls, because they are all stacked up against us. Not one group of people, not black women, not black males, not anybody, gave a fuck about this woman's life being snuffed out the way it was and her body used as a fucking real science experiment for her to literally be a living, breathing example or sample of a human incubator. I cannot begin to describe the amount of anger I have right now talking about this. Good morning. Good morning. Hi. So I want you guys to stop taking this shit lightly and to really understand that if we don't speak up and take care of and support ourselves, no one will. And it is not something to take lightly. And I want y'all to stop blaming women for shit that other people do to them. You understand? Because the way y'all were talking about that black woman that got killed by that ridiculous fucking black dude that ended up shooting himself after the police chase is despicable. It's fucking repugnantly deplorable. But this is the internalized misogyny that you have taught yourself to have. You gotta break out of all that bullshit. There's nothing any woman could do. No amount of words, no amount of actions, no amount of any type of sexual thing she could do with her own body with another person that warrants or justifies somebody taking her life. Y'all need to get your heads together, and you need to stop fucking around with these dudes before you end up being the next victim. Y'all have seen time and time again these so-called celebrity internet couples, and they all end the same fucking way. The woman ends up getting her life taken by black femicide by a fucking loser ass bum. But yet y'all still keep coming on YouTube, TikTok, and everything else, justifying marriage, justifying relationships, justifying pregnancy, having children with these motherfuckers, when all they do is suck the life out of you, end up taking your life and harming your children. In a time when you actually have laws against the right of you saying what happens with your own body. You would think that would be common sense to say, well, if legally I don't have no say over what happens to the body I live inside of, I'm just gonna not fuck with anything that puts my life and my safety and my health in jeopardy. But yet y'all are running to these people with open arms. It's ridiculous. That woman was just pregnant in an administration where it's all over the news that abortion bans and the possibility of you going to jail for a long time for having a high-risk pregnancy or complicated pregnancy or even a complicated miscarriage would mean you either go to jail or die. And she's still pregnant? I'm not blaming the dead. I'm just pointing out the obvious and pointing out the facts. You got to stop putting yourself in those situations. You got to stop it. Because when shit happens to you, look who came to help her. Look who was outside rallying for her. Look who was caring about her children, her family that will seriously miss her and mourn her for the rest of their lives. Not one fucking person. So there's no dick, there's no blackmail in this fucking world worth any of that. And y'all need to wake up and start understanding that. And get off of these videos, get off of these lies, playing with these dudes about being the lead in the father of the household and why the community is the way it is because fathers are not in the home. You're not in the home because you're violent. You're not in the home because you're detrimental to every fucking body in there. You're in the communities fucking it up. Woo! Y'all better wake up. You better wake up and give some real pushback about what's happening to us.